What's going on, YouTube? LTX Prisco here, coming at you with another deck profile. This one's a little weird. It's a little bit different. It's not exactly a deck profile, however, a deck building discussion video. I know I stirred the pot a little bit with my last video. I have my ban list discussion video, not a prediction video. I literally have to put into the title, not a prediction video. Man, Yu-Gi-Oh players don't know how to fucking read. Anyways, this is a discussion video. I have a build that is really bad. It's kind of bare bones. It's just like two engines mashed together. And if you know me, then yeah, already know what deck it is. Actually, if you clicked on the video, you already know what deck it is. Because it's in the title. Anyways. It's fucking 2:51 in the morning. Into the deck profile though, so let's go. So, what we have here is a Onomato Time Thief build. Now, it's not the full Time Thief deck. You'll see what I mean in just a second. I'm kind of just running a little bit of a Time Thief engine. So, you'll see. So we're running 3 Utopic Onomatopoeia. I wouldn't say this is the main normal sum of the deck, but you definitely want to see this in your hand as soon as possible. We have some ways to get to him, but he's pretty much considered a Zubaba, Gagaga, Go-Go-Go, and Dododo card all in one. His effect reads that during your main phase, you can special summon up to 1 each Zubaba, Gagaga, Go-Go-Go, and or Dododo monsters from your hand in defense position. Also, you can special summon from the extra deck for the you cannot special summon from the extra deck for the rest of this turn except Xyz monsters. You can only use this effect of Utopic Onomatopoeia once per turn. So, and it's level 4, so you can kind of see where this is going into, especially if I'm mixing with Time Thieves, going for that rank 4 spam kind of build. Probably not as consistent as Lunalights. You guys never really got to see my Lunalight deck profile before it got banned, before Tiger got banned. But that was my baby. Next, this is probably the best normal summon in the deck. Is Dododo Dwarf, Go-Go-Go Glove. This engine's being played in the Adamanticators, or was at least. I don't know if it still is, because you know the decks is just evolving and evolving like crazy right now. So, but this effect reads that during your main phase, you can special summon 1 Zubaba or Gagaga monster from your hand. If you control a Go-Go-Go or Dododo monster, except Dododo Dwarf, Go-Go-Go Glove, while this card is in your graveyard, you can special summon this card, but banish it when it leaves the field. Obviously, you're not going to be worrying about that because you're going to just use it as Xyz material. And you can only use each effect of this card once per turn. So, you kind of see where this is going already. And then next we play 3 Zubaba Bancho, Gagaga Ko. This is another card, like pretty much all 3 of these cards you want to see in your opening hand. Zubaba, Utopic Onomatopoeia, and Dododo Dwarf. This one is kind of cool. They all pretty much have similar effects. This one reads, if you control a Zubaba or Gagaga monster, except with Zubaba Bancho, Gagaga Ko, while this card is in your hand, you can special summon this card. And then you can target 1 Go-Go-Go or Dododo monster in your graveyard, special summon it. You cannot special summon monsters for the rest from the extra deck for the rest of the turn except Xyz monsters. So it has that same clause as Utopic Onomatopoeia. And then for the Time Thief stuff, I'm just running the 3 Winder, just so I can have another level 4 body and get that search for the counter trap. And if you don't know what this does, you haven't been watching my videos. If you're new here, please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And you know, at the end of the video, we are doing a giveaway. at the end of this month if we can reach 100 subscribers, and at the end of the video I will tell you more about that. But anyways, more onto the Time Thief Winder. So you can detach one material from an Xyz monster you control, special summon this card from your hand. If this card is normal special summon, you add one Time Thief card from your deck to your hand except Time Thief Winder. You only use each effect the Time Thief Winder once per turn. So that is it for the monsters. For the spells, we are running 3 Onomato Pickup. This is a new card that came out of the Legendary Duelist Magical Hero set. I really like it. It's just bad that it's a continuous spell, but its effect can sometimes come up. So I'll read it off to you. Is when this card is activated, you can add one Onomato card from your deck to your hand, except Onomato Pickup. And you can target one Zubaba, Gagaga, Gogogo, or Dododo monster you control. All monsters you currently control become that monster's level until the end of this turn, even if this card leaves the field. You can only use this effect of Onomato Pickup once per turn. You can only activate one Onomato Pickup once per turn. So it's really cool because, like, if essentially you can play like a rank 8 engine in here as well and go into like a Dingirsu, or if you're playing dragons, I think you can go into like Hope Harbinger as well, which is really cool. Right now I'm just kind of focusing on the rank 4 spam, because this is, like I said, this is just a bare bones like deck profile, and what I want to do with this video is kind of go over some tech options to see how this deck can be made better, and then ask for your guys' opinion in the comments. So next we are playing 3 Onomato Pyra. This one says that you can only activate one Onomato Pyra per turn. Send one card from your hand to the graveyard. Add up to 2 of these monsters from your deck to your hand, and you cannot add 2 from the same category. 1 Zubaba, 1 Gagaga, 1 Gogogo, or 1 Dododo. And that's what those 4 little dots there are. Next, I'm playing 3 Called by the Grave, just because we want our effects to go through. And then the last spell that we are playing is 1 Double or Nothing. So that's pretty much it for the spells. And I'm playing a pretty hefty amount of traps, because I want the rank 4 spam aspect of the deck, of the engine, and then I want to play a really heavy back row, because sitting on a Redoer, Perpetua, and an Abyss Dweller is not gonna stop your opponent from playing the game. So, best trap in the game, 3 Shade Brigandine. I know, just commons. It's kinda annoying. I'm playing my secrets in my Zodiac deck. If you didn't watch that deck profile, I'm gonna put the little card thing up here in the corner so that you guys can go check that out. But anyways, this is a free turn 1 trap redoer, which is honestly just a really OP non-targeting spot removal card. It's just really good. And if you know me, you know it's my favorite card. My nickname in one of my group chats is Daddy Redoer. Yes, I gave it to myself. Anyways. 3 summon limit. I personally, if you watch my like Time Thief Control deck profile from a few weeks back, I was playing There Can Be Only One, and that's because I was literally just sitting on 1 Redoer and a shit ton of back row, so I didn't really care about having that clause of There Can Be Only One. But I feel like Summon Limit is just better in this format, because there's a lot of decks out there that don't really give a fuck about There Can Be. So Summon Limit, just limiting your opponent to 2 summons per turn, is pretty good. I know these are pretty beat up. I need to get some better copies, but for right now I think they'll do. And then this is more of a tech choice. I'm playing 3 Solemn Judgment. This can easily be 3 Solemn Strike. I'm only playing Judgment because I didn't want to take apart my Zodiac deck and put the strikes in here. Zodiac deck does take up quite a lot of my options. I didn't have another playset of strikes, but I have like 5 playsets of Judgment for some reason. These are the Lost Art ones, which is kind of cool. I like that, you know, you can see the little halos there on the angels behind them. But anyways, for the next 3 traps, I'm playing 3 Infinite Impermanents. I'm not playing any hand traps in the deck, and I know that this and Shade Brigandine kind of don't go together, because if you activate this right? And then, like, let's say you're going second and you activate this, your Shade Brigadine's kind of dead. But I still like it because I do need some type of hand trap disruption in this deck. And it's just too good to not play. And then the next 3 cards are another tech option. And I'll explain my reasoning for these. Is 3 Drowning Mirror Force. So this reads that when your opponent's monster declares a direct attack, shuffle all your opponent's attack position monsters into the deck, right? So what I've noticed with this is, like, yeah, like you can probably summon out like 3 XCs monsters, 3 rank 4s, but if you don't open up optimally, right, a lot of the time you're going to be sitting on 1 Redoer. If you happen to have this in the back row, you can have Redoer bounce himself, right? And you have this, they attack directly, and then just shuffle all their shit. Like, I really like it. It's done like kind of well in testing. It's not the best tech option, but it's just something that a lot of like your opponents just won't be able to predict it. It's hard to read because nobody plays Mirror Force cards nowadays. And then for the last 3 traps is the 2 flyback and 1 retrograde. I play 2 flyback because you can attach 1 to Redoer off of Perpetua, but if you happen to open up 1, then you want to make sure that you can still attach 1 to Redoer, either off of Perpetua or off of this effect itself. And then 1 just, generic spell and trap negate it can negate Dark Ruler no more, which is the bane of a lot of decks' existences right now. So that's it for the traps. For the extra deck, we've got the 3 Time Thief Redoer. In any pure-ish Time Thief build, you kind of want to go with 3 Redoers. I feel like playing less than 2 or playing less than 3 is just wrong. Even though Perpetua can revive him, you're not, like, I'm not playing Avarice, although that's probably a tech option I should probably play in here. You're not playing like Avarice. You're not playing any other ways to get him back. So if you don't play 3 of him, this is your main monster that you want to summon out, you're probably doing it wrong. And with that being said, I'm also playing 2 Perpetua because, like I said, this can bring back your Redoer, but she also allows him, she also allows you to add more materials to him every turn as a quick effect. So you can activate Redoer, and he doesn't detach for cost, right? So then activate Perpetua in a chain, right? And then attach materials from your deck to Redoer, and then have your Redoer be able to use whatever effects necessary. So let's say you have him with just 1 monster, right? Or just the 2 monsters, right? Quick effect, you can use his effect so that he can banish himself, but then also chain this one, right? Chain Perpetua, and now you're attaching your flyback or whatever trap from your deck. Actually, it's going to be flyback. You always want to attach flyback from your deck to Redoer, and now you have that spin back. So that's why I feel like playing 2 Perpetua is just correct, because if you lose 1 and you're only playing 1, well, then your whole recursion plays and your consistency of getting that disruption is going down. So next I'm playing a bunch of other XC's monsters, and they're all 1-ofs. So I'm playing the Utopic Future Gaga Gaga Magician package. These 2 together are it's just so stupid. This is pretty much just a Boro load. And this makes his effect, or gives him an extra effect if you use this to make him. Plus this is a 1 card Utopic Future in the late game, right? So a lot of people don't know what this does, and I'll read it to you. You can attach 1 material from this card, then target 1 XC's monster in your graveyard, except Gaga Gaga Magician, special summon it, but negate its effects. You can only use this effect of Gaga Gaga Magician once per turn. A Utopic Future XYZ monster that has this card as material gains this effect. During your main phase, you can detach 2 materials from this card and target 1 XC's monster you control until the end of this turn. Change its attack to 4,000, but also negate its effects, right? So now you're taking this, you're negating its effects, right? You can target himself though, right? And even though you're getting rid of the whole Borreload effect, he's a 4,000 beater. It just, a lot of people can't get over that anyway. But then when Utopic Dragon comes out, that's going to be even better. Next, I'm playing the Utopia Double package, obviously. But I'm also playing Utopia Blitz. I would read this to you, but it's in German, and I have a hard time reading German. Can't even fucking say the words sometimes. And then for the last 3 XC's monsters, 1 Abyss Dweller, 1 Tornado Dragon, and 1 Baguska. Pretty self-explanatory there. And then 2 links. I'm only playing 2 links because these are the only 2 links that you would really need. Bujinki Ahashima, because this can lull you to go into some more rank 4 plays, and then Gravity Controller just to get your Time Thief out of the extra monster zone. And then once Parallel Exceed, once I get my hands on Parallel Exceed, this is just gonna make it a lot better. And plus, this is also like, these 2 are staples. As much as I fucking hate this card because you can't use this to link climb, it's just a staple in any rank 4 or any XC's deck at this point. Alright, so that's it for the deck profile. I'm gonna go ahead and get the tech choices that I was talking about, and we'll be right back. So, this isn't really a tech choice, but I do want to talk about the rest of the Time Thief engine as a starter. So obviously Time Thief Regulator, this is your Rescue Rabbit. This is probably the best normal summon in the game, because it can just facilitate so much shit. You can go into an Infinite Negate combo off of just this. You can go into, before you were able to go into the Utopic Zexal lock with just this. There's so many different combos that you can do with this alone. This is a great card. 2 other Time Thief cards. The Bezel Ship, this is a free level 4 body. Once it's in the graveyard, you can special summon this by detaching material from an XC's monster you control while it's in the graveyard, excuse me. But it also has a quick effect, like DD Crow-ish type effect, where you can tribute this card, right, and then target 1 Type Thief XC's monster you control and attach 1 card from your opponent's graveyard to that monster as material, right? So when your opponent activates like a Monster Reborn, or like they're activating like a Gizmek Engrave, right, quick effect to tribute, and then steal the card that they're trying to summon, or steal the card that they're trying to add back to hand. This has come up a lot, and it can stun your opponent in a very crucial way sometimes. And then the last monster is Chrono Quarter. This is the newer one that came out of Ignition Assault. This one is pretty cool. It can kind of cheese you some games sometimes. Like if you've been just in a downhill battle and you happen to have this in graveyard while your Time Thief Redoer is on the field, right? This card can special summon itself from the graveyard when a Time Thief XC's monster leaves the field due to a card effect, right? Even its own card effect. So when Time Thief Redoer banishes himself until the end of the turn, you can summon this back out. Now this also has another effect where you contribute it during your opponent's battle phase. The next battle damage that you would take, your opponent takes instead. So if your opponent just doesn't read the card, or they don't bother asking what the card does, right, you can activate the effect to tribute it, and then they attack, and then they take the damage. I've had some people actually do that, and it's stupid. I actually won a game against Dinos, which is probably the hardest deck for me to play against, because as much as I play against it, I don't know the cards very well, so I don't know its choke point. And I'm pretty sure the choke point is just like Oviraptor, but I never have the Ash for it. So anyways, that's besides the point. This won me a game against Dinos, just because they had a UCT on field, and they went to attack into this, but then I used its effect to tribute it, and they were like, oh, well, you're saving a monster that's useless, I'm gonna win right now. And then they'd like attacked, and then they took the damage, and then they lost. It was really stupid. So yeah, Time Thief Startup is another new card that came out of Ignition Assault. This card reads: to special summon 1 Time Thief monster from your hand. And it's a quick effect, right? A quick play, right? And then it has a graveyard effect that says during your main phase, you can banish this card from your graveyard, and then target 1 Time Thief XC's monster you control. Attach 3 Time Thief cards of different types, 1 monster spell and 1 trap, from your graveyard to that monster as material. You can only use one Time Thief startup effect per turn and only once that turn. So this card is really underrated. I like it a lot. It's sometimes kind of bricky if you open up this and no Time Thief monsters to summon, or let's say the only way I've seen the first effect used is like, let's say you open up a Winder and a Bezel Ship, right? You have to normal summon Winder, use its effect to search out this, and then use this to summon out this, and then you can go into Redoer, which is bad because you never want to search anything out other than the counter trap with this, and it's kind of annoying, which is why I feel like Time Thief just needs a little bit more support so it can be a pure deck on its own and actually be good. But anyways. The last card, this is in Spanish, so I don't have an English copy in front of me, but this one is Time Thief Hack, and I can pretty much read off the effect almost verbatim. I know that pretty much it says that your opponent cannot target your Xyz monsters with card effects the turn that they are summoned, and it also says that you can target one Xyz monster you control. It gains 300 attack for every material it has attached to it, and if it has material attached to it that's owned by your opponent, it can attack directly. So like late game, let's say you have a Redoer with like 7 materials, because that happens, it's not unheard of, especially in a stun version like this. You're boosting him up and then he can attack directly pretty much, because you're going to just keep stealing your opponent's cards anyway. I used to use this in the Time Thief Lunalight deck before everybody started teching in the Cyframe package and before Azathoth got banned, because I think I played like 3 of this, right? And if I activate this and then go into Nyarla then can't be impermanenced, it can't be effect veilered, and it can't be ogred, right? Which were like the 3 cards that really hurt it the most. Because all 3 of those cards target, which is really stupid. Like, this card was actually kind of busted. It actually won me a couple of games, but then I would go into Azathoth and then, you know, it didn't really matter anyway. So that's it for the Time Thief engine. For the next like mini engine I'm gonna like suggest that people play, if you've seen my my Time Thief control video, you've seen that I played this in the past, is the 1 Armageddon Knight, 1 Phantom Boots, and 1 Reinforcements of the Army, because you can normal summon Armageddon Knight, pet your boots, banish boots to search out your Shade Brigadine, and then you have a Redoer with a trap, and then you can just use Rhoda to search out your Armageddon Knight if you happen to open up with it. So it was pretty good. I'm gonna leave Rhoda here because it can be useful in a couple of the other tech options that I have here. One of them being this isn't tech options, I should say. This is more, or no, it is tech options, but it's not a package, right? So your Rhoda can search out a Goblinberg or a Photon Thrasher, and either of these can be a good, like, this can be a good normal summon if you open up this in like a Winder or a Bezel Ship or whatever. This is just a special summon, but it's a free level 4 body on the field. You can also play like the Tenyi monsters, like the level 4 ones. I just like Photon Thrasher by itself because it's got a big 2100 attack point bonus. So like if you're kind of limited on what you can do, you can just summon this and attack over something. And then Gigantis is like a bit of a tech option as well, because a lot of the monsters that you're running in the Go-Go engine are all Earth. So like Gaga Coat and Go Glove are both Earth monsters, and you're playing 6 of them, so you can easily get this as another level 4 body on the field. For the other tech options that you might be able to use Reinforcements of the Army with, this one's going to be a little bit bigger, so I'm kind of spread it out a little bit, is this right here. And this is just kind of adding on to the Gagaga Onomatopoeia engine. So you have like Gagaga Magician and Gagaga Girl combined with 3 copies of Gagaga Wind, where if you're able to summon this out off of your Utopic Onomatopoeia, then you can activate a copy of Gaga Wind and special summon Gaga Girl as a level 4 monster, and then go into your level 4 plays, or rank 4 plays. But also you could just use Gaga Magician, make himself a level 8, and then use this to summon out Girl. You will copy Magician's level and go into your rank 8s. This is why I was saying you can go into like a Dingirsu as well. Actually no, I can't use Rhoda with this. I just realized it. I thought he was a warrior for some reason, but whatever. But then you also have Go Gigas and Go Giant, where these two are like a rank 4 engine by themselves if this happens to be in the graveyard. So that's it for that engine. I have a couple more cards I'm going to go over, and that is Danger Mothman and Iron Dragon Tiamattan. This is a cool little hand trap that can also be a level 4 body. I would say put this in the side, but it can like negate everything else in its column, which is really cool. And then Danger Mothman can like get some cards that you need in the graveyard into the graveyard, but it could also kind of fuck you over and get cards that you don't want in the graveyard into the graveyard. So, but it could also help you dig deeper into the deck if you're playing 3 copies of it. So that's also really good. And then the last options I have here are just cards that can go in the side deck. So Evenly Matched, this is obvious. Dark Luna More, also obvious, and Mystic Mine. Mystic Mine is also actually like really good in this deck because most of the time you're sitting on 1 monster anyway. So you can sit on this with like a summon limit and 1 redoer with a bunch of other back row. It's really fucking stupid. Your opponent can't even play. That's it for the tech options. Hope you enjoyed the video. So more about that giveaway that I'm doing. I'm going to be giving away this Magi Magician Girl once I hit 100 subscribers. Now we're almost there. I think we're at 83 at the time of making this video. So that's not impossible, you know, where if I can get to 100 subscribers before the end of May, which it's literally May 15th by the time you guys are seeing this video. So halfway through the month, if I can get, you know, just over 15 subscribers, that's, you know, little over 1 subscriber a day. That'd be awesome. So yeah, I'll be giving this away to 1 lucky subscriber. In order to qualify, you have to like the video, comment down below, anything at all, like what your favorite deck is, what your favorite monster is, you know, if you stop playing Yu-Gi-Oh, if you're thinking about coming back, what deck are you thinking about playing? Most of the time, I'm always answering my comments or replying to my comments anyway. Within the first 24 hours at least. Anything after that, I'm trying to work on more stuff for the channel anyway, so. And then the other thing is a friend of mine, her name is Leslie. She is a Twitch streamer. She's kind of just starting out. She does a lot of art streams and she likes to play video games with her boyfriend online. She's a good friend of mine and I would really appreciate it if you guys can take a visit to her Twitch page, give her a follow, and I'm trying to help her get to at least 40 subscribers by the end of the month, or 40 followers by the end of the month, and she's almost there. So if you guys really help me out, I would really appreciate it. I'll post a link in the description below. But in the meantime, I hope you guys are enjoying your quarantine. I can't wait for this all to be over because I'm telling you right now, I'm looking forward to playing some Yu-Gi-Oh in real life. But anyways, enjoy the rest of your night, guys. Peace out.